10 past 0 hour, and Mr. and Mrs. Morris are hugging each other terrified. The Martians and Mink slowly getting closer.
Don't worry, Mommy and Daddy. I promise it won't hurt much. I'm sorry, honey. I love you.
Darling, what are you?
Mrs. Morris pushed her husband to the Martians. She had no choice but to jump out the attic window. We'll get back to you in 5.
Lonely? Are you depressed? Do you have social anxiety?
Don't hold it in. Don't pretend. Depression is your friend.
Call 1-500-06-HELP now to talk to your local therapist near you.
0 hour, coming back to you live.
I can't believe this is happening. I gotta get out of here.
Behind Mrs. Morris, people scream as they turn into blue Martians. Mrs. Morris gets in her husband's car.
Oh no.
A Martian that resembles Mr. Morris breaks into the car and melts it. Mrs. Morris quickly escapes, but in front of her is a crowd of Martians holding up the throne with Mink on it. Mink sits on the throne with a blue lava yo-yo in her hand.
Mommy, come join me and Daddy.
Come join us.
Mrs. Morris turns to run, but is surrounded by Mink's minions.
Mink, please, get away from me.
You may have the honor of turning her into one of us.
Drill nods towards Mink as he points to Mrs. Morris.
Sorry, Mommy. You're better off with us. Mink!
Within seconds, Mink's yo-yo sliced through Mrs. Morris's heart. Slowly, the blue lava burns through her, taking over her body, and finally, she becomes a Martian.
You've done a great service for us, Mink, but I'm afraid we don't need you anymore.
The minions tilt the throne, and Mink falls off, hitting the ground. Don't leave yet. After this commercial break, 0 hour will continue.
Tired of cooking all the time? Then come on down to Judy's Diner, where we serve every meal and many famous desserts, including our flower tarts.
We recently opened a game time area for all ages, with all the latest games like paintball, arcade games, and many pinball machines.
So what are you waiting for? Come to your local Judy's Diner.
It is an hour after 0 hour as the minions close in on Mink.
Drill, tell them to stop. I brought you all here. I'm supposed to rule by your side.
Not anymore.
Mink's so-called minions came closer and closer towards her as they commanded from Jill.
We need to spread every planet, and we don't need you anymore. You've done your purpose.
But I'm the queen.
Queen? Children are so gullible. You have no rule over our race. Get the water.
The minions get buckets of water and poured them on Mink. She slowly turned to stone, and just like that, she froze into a statue.